right, welcome everyone to One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and have we got a program for you tonight? I am so excited to bring this young lady on. She is an outstanding student athlete at Southern Boone High School, and she is actually on the cover of the July-August issue of Sports Soccer Magazine, and so we've got it right there. Taylor Germann, right on the cover, patriotic and everything. She's pretty awesome. I've had a nice time visiting with her before we came on the program, and finally I had to stop talking so that we could actually come on the program. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Make sure that you join us in the comment section. Make any nice comments, or if you have questions that you want to ask, feel free to do that throughout the program. We'll try to get them on there and include them as much as we possibly can. All right, so I'm not going to hold back any longer. I'm going to go ahead and bring on who you're on here for. Let's bring on Taylor. Hey, Taylor, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I almost got us a little bit late. We were talking too much before.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, that's good though. Hey, you've been very busy and you've had a lot going on. We're going to get into all that tonight. But what was it? Tell us about this girl on the cover. What'd you think about that?
I was very excited, honored, and humbled to be on that cover. I mean, I had always seen those magazines like throughout the school, and, in the weight room, and I was very honored to be asked to be a part of the magazine, let alone the cover of the magazine. So, thank you so much. I was very
Yeah, absolutely. We were honored to have you on there. We are honored to have you on there. And um, the question is, how many autographs have you signed?
Oh my goodness.
You got at least got to get, your parents got to at least, have one of your autographs, right?
Yes, it's been funny. My friends have been like, "Oh, look, like I saw the magazine at this place." I'm like, "Oh my
Yeah.
goodness."
And I will have to tell you, as I was out delivering magazines, and I don't remember, there was two different schools. I can't remember which ones they were, but they they I'm just going to say they gushed over you. They were just saying how nice you were. They've known you through volleyball and things like that. So they spoke very highly of you. That's pretty good
Oh,
when the competitors speak very highly of you. So that's awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, very good. Good job. Uh, Also, you were in the center of the magazine where we had a feature on American, what it means to you as far
Mhm.
as proud to be an American. And I wanted you to just share a little bit about your appreciation for our men and women in military service, if you would.
Yes, I am very proud and fortunate to live in America. I am very grateful for all of those who serve and put their lives on the lines for us every single day. They sacrifice so much. I mean, their everyday lives, their family. I mean, it takes a lot to do that. It's a lot of bravery and courage, and they truly represent our country well. And I think everyone who lives here should be grateful and thankful for all that they do for you and I.
Absolutely. A lot of people put their lives on the line. A lot of people have been their lives have been changed due to the injuries or the mental trauma that they've gone through. You know, we can even look at just this, a little over a week ago with the assassination attempt. You can just think about the people that were there and the trauma that that was going to cause for, family members and the people that were involved in that. I cannot imagine the type of trauma it would be for the men and women that serve in our country. So, speaking of those who serve, your dad is a Missouri State Trooper. Why don't you tell us about how special that is and what do you appreciate about what he does?
Yes, he is definitely a big role model to me. It's very cool to see him, he goes out every single day and being a trooper definitely it isn't easy. It isn't easy work. I mean, just like people in the military, but he goes out and he doesn't do it because it's easy. He does it because he likes to serve our state and our community. And he finds a lot of joy in that and helping other people. So that's been really cool to see. And I hope I can do the same one day for people.
I really appreciate the men and women who are in place that protect our communities and who are maintaining law and order. Um, it's a tough job, and especially
Mhm.
in society today where people feel like they can say and do whatever they want to, not respecting the office of law enforcement. And I know and understand that there are probably some bad apples out there, but for the majority, these people are putting their lives on the line for us every day. So
For sure.
yeah, so tell your dad thank you.
I will. And thank
I'll
you
leave it.
to all who has
Yeah,
served for our country.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Your journey in volleyball began at age 10 and playing competitively at age 12. So you like jumped right in. Talk
Yes.
about talk about what really formed your love for volleyball.
Well, I started playing what, 3rd or 4th grade in like the little rec leagues. And I'll be honest, like, I wasn't the best on the team. And even when I started club volleyball, I didn't start. And that was really hard for me. And I did love the sport, but, not always being the best and struggling at times. It was hard to keep going, but I loved that challenge. And I knew that I had a lot of potential in the sport. So I just stuck with it and I kept going because I did like it more than the other sports. And so I really fell in love with it when I started playing club in 6th grade. And then I just continued on and I just loved that challenge of becoming better.
Speaking of club, you just got done with some club volleyball.
Mhm.
Why don't you go through and just kind of tell us about, over the years, the kind of some of the highlights, but what's taking place this summer and how did you do?
Well, this year we qualified for nationals in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I just got back from there. I would say like 2 weeks ago, and we finished top 20. So our team did really well. It was really fun. It was also my last club volleyball tournament, so it was very emotional. But I had a really good time with my teammates and playing with them and for them. And then this year I also qualified for nationals for beach volleyball, and I just got back from there like a day ago, and we did really well there. We finished second out of, I'd say, 40 teams. So that was a
That's
very
great.
cool experience.
You said that was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, correct?
Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you get to have any time to go do anything, or was it just strictly locked in, honed in on volleyball?
Yes, it was mainly volleyball. I'd say in the afternoons we swam a little bit, but we didn't want to get tired because we did have to play the next day, so it was mainly volleyball.
Okay. And again, here's the grandfather in me and stuff like that. Were you swimming in the ocean?
We swam in the ocean a little bit after we played. Yes.
Okay, okay. You didn't go out too far.
No, we didn't go out too far.
Okay, good. You know, just me, sharks. Somebody keep those things away.
I know they're scary. I was like, "What if there's a shark out here?" Like, we cannot go out far.
I would have to sound the alarm, tell my, as soon as my grandkids start stepping foot in, oh, time to get out.
Time to go. Yep.
I don't care if you didn't have fun. Time to get out. Let's go. Uh, how much time did you put into training? I mean, you do this basically year round. Tell us about the, I guess you would say the training that you do, as well as the drain that it might have on you, not only physically but emotionally.
Yeah, I train year round. I might have like maybe 2 or 3 weeks off out of the whole year. I train, I'd say 5 to 6 days out of the week because if I'm not in the gym, then I'm weightlifting. And then sometimes, beach volleyball, club volleyball, and school volleyball all overlap. So I'll be doing 2 to 3 practices a day, which is like what, 6 hours a day. It can definitely be a lot, but I find thrill in like the grind and getting better, and I love seeing the results of working really hard. So that's always been something that I've thrived off of. And, it's hard for me to just sit at home and do nothing. So if I'm sitting at home doing nothing, then I could be out getting better at something. So yes, it can be mentally draining. There are some days where I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. Like,
Hmm.
sometimes it's nice to just stay home or go hang out with friends, but that's part of it. And that's part of how I've gotten here today is the amount of work I've put in.
Yeah, and you still love it, right?
I still love it. I still want to keep doing
Good.
it.
That's the important thing. That's the important thing. Why don't you tell a little bit of the difference between club volleyball and school volleyball? What are some of the differences there for you?
Yes. Club volleyball, I mean, obviously, you travel around the country for tournaments. School volleyball, you stay more local, and it's always school volleyball is always the girls that go to your school, clearly. But club volleyball, I mean, you have girls come from all over and all different people, and you're all there for the same goal, which is you want to get better for that school season or for college. I mean, you find a lot of club girls playing in college, so that's fun. It's a very talented team. It's how you get better. And school volleyball, I mean, school volleyball is the same way. School volleyball is so much fun. It's very fun playing with kids from your school, but I'd say club volleyball is also a lot longer if you think about it
Uh-huh.
compared to school.
So do you get to guys have like bragging rights when you're, in club volleyball playing with some of these other players from different teams? Anybody talk trash or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, we give each other a hard time. I mean, I had a few girls from Blair Oaks, and then, there's some girls that come from class five schools, so we don't even play them. But yeah, I'll be like, remember that game? We do give each other a hard time because we're rivals in school, but
Uh-huh.
it's still.
Well, we will get into one particular game in the next segment. We'll let you talk about that and have a little bit of bragging rights. We'll do that. Um, Tell me, in your article, you talked about you love the team-oriented concept. Tell us a little bit about that and why you enjoy that so much.
I mean, yeah, volleyball is definitely a team-oriented sport, clearly, but it's very important that you have trust among your teammates. I mean, it's very important that you have good chemistry on and off the court because, I mean, if you don't like the girls that you're playing with, it's really hard to get along and thrive on the volleyball court. So, making sure that you have good communication and working together is very key and pivotal for success. And something very important also is it's not all about you. I mean, you could be having a crappy game and someone else could be having a great game, and you have to be able to lift each other up because not everyone's always going to be on their A game. So it is definitely working together and finding success as a team.
Yeah, great answer. Good job. Uh, so team-oriented, that narrows down a lot when you get to beach volleyball, where it's just two of you. Talk about the difference in that type of play.
Yes, it's definitely different. I mean, it's all on you and your partner. So I mean, if you lose the game, it's your fault. But yeah, I would say communication is definitely very important there. I mean, you have to work together with your partner, and that's what I love about it. I mean, you touch the ball every single play, you get to do it all. I mean, serving, passing, setting, hitting, and you just beach volleyball is outsmarting the other team. It's not always, how hard can you hit it? It's about getting the other team out of system and placing the ball where they're not.
You forgot one key thing that would be prominent in me playing beach volleyball. You forgot one falling down. Falling down would be one key thing, and not
Yeah,
getting up so quickly.
yes, moving in the
Wh-
sand is definitely harder.
Yeah, so is there a difference in the height of the net in beach volleyball compared to court volleyball?
No, there's not.
Okay, all right. It's a little bit harder to jump in sand, isn't it?
Yes, gotta get that vertical. Gotta get the vertical
Yeah.
up.
All right, very good. Well, hey, you talked a little bit about your dad when we talked about what he does for a living, but why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your family and what they all mean to you?
My family means a lot to me. I mean, they have always been my biggest supporters. I mean, after every game, I mean, come up and talk to me. I know I can always go talk to them. They show up at every game. My parents have sacrificed a lot for me. I mean, when it comes to their job, they've had to take a lot of days off work. Financially, I mean, I feel like we travel the country half the time, but I know that they love doing it and they would do anything for me. And then, of course, my sister, she's coming up right behind me. She'll probably be better than me one day. But it's been very honoring to be a role model to her and making sure that I'm doing all the right things to be a leader for her because I know that she looks up to me and we have a very close relationship. So, I mean, just being there for her on and off the volleyball court is very important to me.
So, what grade is your sister in?
She's an upcoming freshman.
Okay. So, you're going to have at least 1 year that you might possibly get to play together, right?
Yes, hopefully so. Yes.
Very good. Very good. Uh, Would you describe your household as competitive against one another?
Very competitive. Nobody likes to lose, especially me.
Okay. All right. That's that has to do probably with games and whatever you guys do, right?
Yes, I mean everything is a competition, so
All
that's
right.
fun.
And it's probably competition for dad to be able to get the right amount of time in the bathroom to get ready for work or whatever, too, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, everything.
All right, Taylor, you've done a great job. Let's go ahead and take a quick break and we'll be back for the second half here in just a moment.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
CNS Business Services has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
CNS Employment Solutions, they do so much for our community right here in mid-Missouri, as well as the surrounding communities around Jefferson City. They help people find jobs that need jobs, and they help employers find the people to fill those positions. So if you know anybody that's needing a job, direct them to CNS Employment Solutions. And speaking of them, I want to just give a quick shout out to them. They are one of the um, top sponsors for Redemption Inside the Walls. This is a Christian based concert that has been taking place over this will be the 6th year. And Matt Marr will be here on September the 21st. And so make sure you go to redemptioninsidethewalls.com and you can see the information for tickets. I think the tickets are $10 this year. So you can do that and buy one for a friend and head out there for great fun family entertainment. And another one of our sponsors that I want to just quickly point out because we're going to talk about this here in a moment, but we've got Big Whiskeys. They are the sponsors for Coach of the Issue, and we have Danielle Lukanoff of Blair Oaks. I always go the wrong direction there, and she is the Coach of the Issue. We appreciate Big Whiskeys in sponsoring that because our coaches, they do so much for our student athletes. They mentor them, they challenge them, and they're there for them whenever they need them. So they put in a lot of time, and we are honored to be able to represent them in Sports Soccer Magazine. All right, let's get back to this fun interview that we have with Taylor, and let's find out some more about what's going on with her. All right, Taylor, great job so far. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Let's go ahead and talk about coaches and how they've helped develop you as a player.
Yes, my coaches have definitely developed me into the player I am today. Um, each coach has found a different way to push me on and off the court. I mean, Coach Candace, she's been my club coach the past year and beach coach. And then you've got Coleman and Garrett. They pushed me my first couple years in club and forming me into the athlete fundamental and the fundamental side of things. And then, Coach Brown, she has definitely taught me how to be a leader and how to be a selfless player because, I mean, it isn't always easy. And she's the one that introduced me to stats. And so that has been so fun. I mean, my freshman year when I came in, she just sat down and we talked goals, and she's just always been there for me. She's always sat down and helped me work through goals and stuff, and they've taught me grit, determination, and being fearless on and off the court.
Well, it's very important. Also helps keep you motivated to do better and to be the best that you can be, and challenging others to step up their game as well. So, um, what are the most critical lessons that you have learned from some of your coaches?
I would say one of the biggest lessons is, I mean, a coach can't teach you, to give 100% effort. They can't teach you grit and determination or perseverance. They've definitely taught me that you have to have that from within, and you have to have your own personal drive. Because, I mean, they can sit here and tell you to do all these things, but unless you try to apply it and put in the work yourself, it's never going to happen. And something that I feel like athletes don't talk about enough is the fear of failure. I mean, no athlete ever wants to fail. I mean, being a good athlete, it's you don't want to make mistakes. You have these good games, but people don't always see the bad games and the mental side of things. And, you know, a lot of my coaches have always taught me to do it anyways, go the extra mile. It's okay to make mistakes because volleyball is a game of errors and you can only learn and move on because you can't get down in a game. You have to stay positive and you have to move on because being a leader on the court, if you're down, you're going to drag down your whole team. So it's very important to stay up, stay positive, and know that you're a good athlete and you can move on from mistakes.
That's an awesome answer as well. Uh, it's like you've done this before, probably many times, and no, you're doing an outstanding job. Um, one of the things that uh, I did want to ask you that you brought up just a little bit ago about being a leader. What are you looking forward to going into your senior year, and how are you going to be the best leader that you can be?
Yeah, I mean, this is my last year playing for high school. It's kind of sad, but I want to go out with a bang. I want this to be our best year yet. And we were just at camp, and our team had a team talk, and it's like, if we're gonna want to win districts this year, if we're gonna want to go far in state, we're gonna have to put in the work during season, and that's gonna take everybody, not just one person. So I think keeping everybody on their toes and making sure everybody's giving it 100% on and off the court is going to be crucial to having a good senior season and a good season for everyone.
That's good, keeping people on their toes, and we want to keep our audience on their toes tonight. I want to see some comments about Taylor. Just show your appreciation. Give her a shout out. If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them out. I'm trying to get as many in here as I can, but I'm sure she will be able to answer with no problem at all. Right, Taylor?
Yes, of course.
All right, good. Okay, you were talking about. Well, let's go to this key moment. I mean, you talked about it in your article. Tell us about the district championship and how special that was. We also talked about bragging rights. So go ahead.
Yes, it wasn't always the outcome we wanted, but that district championship was definitely one of my favorite games of the season. I thought we played some really good volleyball. I mean, we had lost to Blair Oaks the past, I think, like 2 games we had played them. And so that championship, we obviously really wanted to win, and we took the first set from them, which is really good because, I mean, they were state champions. So that was fun. And then the audience was the audience was insane. I mean, like the whole town came out. We had a huge student section. Ashland really showed their support. So that was super fun to be a part of.
Well, you've got somebody, Brad Randall, is saying, "Love you, T. So proud of the young lady you have become." So let's just put that up there so you can just see that. Taylor, you can have that on there for, you can come back and look at it. It's on the internet now. He can't delete it. So there you go. Yeah, Blair Oaks, I mean, they've been a powerhouse, and for you guys to play as well as you did, I mean, that probably meant quite a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was fun. I mean, had Gabby Horn on there. She's one of my club teammates, so it was fun playing against her. And there was obviously a lot of talented girls on that team. So to get to compete with them and hang with them, it was an amazing opportunity. I mean, we went out there and we were like, let's just give it our all because, this is it. This is for the district championship. And we hadn't been there in the past few years. So the fact that we made it there it was really big for us.
Very cool. Well, Matt Lilly has chimed in. Big love for Taylor from Mississippi too. All right. So we've got
Hi,
some people.
Matt.
Yes, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Brad. We appreciate you guys commenting. Uh, Anybody else, feel free to chime in whenever you want to. We're going to ask a couple more questions. And I didn't tell Taylor this, but at the end of this, see, she couldn't really hang up on me, but we're going to do a speed round and ask some fun questions that she has no idea what I'm going to ask. So that'll be good. So
Oh,
don't hang
goodness.
up. Don't hang up. All right.
I,
Before I ask the next one, though, we've got Kelsey Ann Weeder says, Taylor is such an amazing role model for her teammates. They're blessed to have you on their team.
oh,
Thank you,
thank you so
Kelsey.
much.
Yeah, that was nice. Well, tell us about qualifying for nationals and what was that experience all like?
Oh my goodness. So last year, which was my 16th year, Garrett Case was my coach. I was playing for 417. We had been working the past 2 years before that to get to nationals, and we hadn't. We had come so close. And then last year, we were at Show Me Qualifier in Kansas City, and man, there was some close matches to get to the championship. But there was, I'd say, 60 to 80 teams in the division, and we made it to the championship, and we were like, this is it. And if we won it, we got a bid to nationals. And we did. And it was definitely like one of the most surreal experiences. It was so, so fun winning such a big qualifier like that. And then we got to go to nationals in Chicago. And so this year, it was kind of the same way. We were like, we got a bid last year, like we got to get one this year. And so we got our bid at the regional qualifier this year. And then we had a qualifier in Atlanta, Georgia. And we were really close there too. But we got a bid to nationals. So we went to Vegas this year, and it was such a fun opportunity.
Hmm. Well, talk about that level of competition. I mean, so, we know about state competition and then you're talking regionals and then going on to nationals. I mean, how much does that amp up?
Yes, I mean, these big qualifiers, you get some of those really good teams you're competing against, and it's tough, but it's so fun to play at a high level like that. And then when you beat these teams, getting to go to nationals and playing against the best of the best, it's it's really amazing. And yeah, like nationals, everybody there has gotten a bid, so they've all had to win a big tournament. So getting to play at that high level was really awesome.
Well, speaking of playing at high levels, that's something that you do. And so, why don't you tell us about your accomplishments as far as being ranked nationally and the all state and all conference teams? What do those accolades mean to you?
Yeah, so I'll never forget freshman year when I made varsity. I sat down with my coach, Coach Brown, and I was like, Coach, what can I do to make All State? Because by senior year, I want to make All State, and I want to be the first girl at Southern Boone for volleyball to be up on the wall. We have like banners in our gym, so I was like, I want to be the first one to be up there. And she's like, all right, Taylor, like this is very capable. And she got everyone else's stats and all the people who had received all state from around. And she was like, this is what you're going to have to do. And so she was like, I would definitely try to get it by junior or senior year for all state. And so I was like, okay. So I just worked really hard the past 3 years. And then last year I got all conference player of the year, which meant a lot. And then all state, she told me at my banquet, and I was super excited because obviously I had always worked hard for that and wanted that. And so I was ranked nationally. I was 11th in the nation for hitting percentage, and then first in the state for hitting percentage, which was fun every week because I would check to see if I like went up on the rankings against other athletes nationally. It was fun to keep that goal all year. But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What do your teammates think about all that? How do they help encourage you or help you with doing those types of things?
Oh my goodness, I love all the girls on my team so much. They were all super happy for me and supportive, and I couldn't do all of it, any of it, without them because I mean, there's passing involved, setting involved, and we have such good chemistry on the team, so it all flowed really well. And there was a lot of other key players to help me get to where I am, and I think a lot of them are right there, right up there with me.
Well, you're really busy with volleyball, but that's not all you do. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why academics are so important to you and all the different clubs that you're involved in?
Yes. I mean, I think it's super important to be involved with the community. I mean, volleyball is a big part of my life, but it's not everything. So, my faith is important to me. Going to church is important. Being involved in youth group and, the different clubs around school means a lot to me, helping the community. I was in NHS and Link Crew. So, just doing all that, staying involved. I mean, I do love to stay busy. It's a lot, but I mean, being involved in other things besides volleyball is very important.
Well, you said something about your church. We talked a little bit before we came on the program, and you're getting ready to go to church camp for the first time, right?
Yes. I mean, I've been to church camp before, but it's been a couple
Yeah.
of years.
Okay. You're excited about that?
Yes, I'm very excited. It'll be fun.
All right. Very good. Uh, keep away from the mosquitoes. That's all I'm saying. Just stay
I
away from
will.
the mosquito. All right. Why don't you tell us about your desire to continue your playing career at Missouri State University and having a career in sports management? Why don't you tell us about those two things?
Yes. I mean, ever since I would say I decided that I was gonna try to play college ball, I'd say in sixth grade. I mean, that's always been a goal of mine. I was like, I'm gonna work really hard for something. I want it to pay off. I want to play at the next highest level. Because I mean, you work hard for something, you want to go do the next best thing. And so I'd say I really started looking at colleges sophomore year. And so, making sure I reach all my goals to get there was important to me. And so I talked to Coach Emery, and I just really liked her, and I loved all the girls at Missouri State, and I loved how not super close, but like 2.5 hours away, not bad. And I just realized I loved beach volleyball. I love indoor, but beach volleyball is where my passion's at. So that's what helped me make that decision there, and I'm super excited. I'd say sports management. I'm not sure. I'm like stuck between sports management and teaching. I probably will end up doing sports management, but I don't know. I've just seen the teachers around me have made an impact on me, and then
Mhm.
sports management seems like a cool field to go into.
Yeah. What particular area would you be interested in teaching in?
Probably history, high school history.
Okay, there you
Mhm.
go. Um, I mean, it's important, and sadly, a lot of people have no idea about our nation's history, and can go on into the rest of their life not really knowing where we came from, what's taken place, and all the important events. So, no, that's good. So you're going to do good with either one of them. We know that.
Thank
Um,
you.
we do. I do have this question. We have to ask it since it's an Olympic year. Do you have
Yes.
dreams of competing someday in the Olympics?
I mean, yes, it would be amazing. It'd be a crazy opportunity. I mean, it's going to take a lot of dedication to get there. I'd have to start with college first and
Yeah.
get to that level. But I mean, yeah, if I keep working hard and I got the opportunity, that would be amazing. Dream come
Yeah.
true.
That'd be awesome. We'll be watching if you do. So we'll encourage you to
Yay.
go and do that. So one thing that I did want to ask you, okay, so you decided actually pretty early on going to Missouri State. So what went into that really? I mean, instead of waiting around seeing some other stuff, what actually drove you to go there? I know you touched on it a little bit, but what was the kicker?
Yeah, I'd say a big thing is, I had looked at other schools, but when I went on my tour at Missouri State, it just felt right. I prayed about it, and it felt so right. The coach, the girls, and, I've already gotten to know some of the teammates. And yeah, I don't know. I know that, she talked to other girls, right? And you do have to jump on the train, especially at a high level like that. You have to do it early if you want a spot.
Well, and I think you hit it on the head. You prayed about it and you felt secure in your decision there. So that's enough said. That for me,
Yeah.
that's all it took right there. That was good. Um, we're gonna You've done great. We're gonna finish with this. Now we're gonna jump into some of the fun stuff in the speed round, and we're gonna ask you a few questions, and they can be short answers, whatever you want to do. But we're gonna first, and one of the most important things. This is, Jay, my son-in-law, who um, usually comes out on the photo shoots. He was not able to make it this last time, but he always wants to know what is your favorite go-to food or snack after a volleyball match.
Oh my goodness. Probably probably a cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. Okay.
Yeah,
Is there a particular place that has like the best cheeseburger you've ever had?
honestly,
Or would it be
fast
mom?
food wise, probably Freddy's.
Okay.
But I don't know. We go to so many different places after I play. I'd say like in between games, I love fruit. Like at
Okay.
the big qualifiers, they have like the fruit kebab stands with like the chocolate on them, and those are always so good. But yeah,
Fruit with
probably,
chocolate. I think chocolate with anything. I know my wife Angela, she would agree chocolate is good. Just go with that.
yes.
The fruit was just a bonus. Go with the chocolate.
Yes.
Okay, now this is going to be a tough question, and we might need some help just in case you get it wrong. But what is that chore that you just do not like doing around the house?
Oh my goodness. Probably either picking up sticks in the yard or oh, I don't like weed eating very much. Maybe like unloading the dishwasher. I do not like unloading the dishwasher.
Okay. Why now? Why would you not like unloading the dishwasher? I mean, isn't that better than doing the dishes by hand?
No, I would much rather do the dishes by hand.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Actually, my wife, that's what she prefers to do as well. So I don't know. Okay. That is actually one of the most popular answers that people give. They do not like doing the dishes. So if there's any place in the world that you could go, where would that be and why?
Ooh, probably, I mean, the continent Europe, which is huge, but probably like Greece.
Mhm.
I feel like I'd love to see all those like white buildings and the beaches and stuff. I don't know. I feel like it's like there's a lot of historical things around that area,
Mhm.
so probably there.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe you get to play volleyball on the beach while you're there. Wouldn't that be good?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
There's a young man that was in our youth group years ago, and he's on a like a missionary team in Greece, and so they're like a sports missionary team. So um, quite amazing because he talked about that area being like almost another melting pot of the world, where people are come from all over um, there and visit and live in Greece. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so good. Well, I hope you get to go there. Let's see what uh, what which one of your family members is the one that you can hear the most on the sidelines? They're the loudest.
I think anyone watching this could answer that, but my dad, Brad
Your
German,
dad.
he is crazy.
I mean, is there anything in particular that he said it once, he said it 100 or 1,000 times? What do you
Yeah.
hear?
He like every time we get a kill, he yells boom, like as loud as he can. He just gets
Brad
really hyped. I love it.
Brad Randall says, "Dad, LOL." Yep, definite agreement. Um, let's see. There was one other one I thought about just a little bit ago, and I wanted to hit that one. Okay, so this one's just kind of off the wall a little bit. What is the animal that you think that you could beat in a foot race? I mean, get as close as you can to your speed.
Oh my goodness. Um, this is hard.
I know it's a little hard. It's off the cuff.
Um, I want to say a dog, but dogs are fast, like really,
Well,
really fast.
you know, I would have to agree. Um, some dogs are faster than others, and
Yeah.
um, which particular dog do you think you can take in a race?
Uh, maybe a lab. I could
A
definitely
lab.
be my dogs downstairs.
Okay, very good. All right, and last one. If you
Okay.
were to compare yourself to any superhero as far as being on the volleyball court, which one that would that be and why, as far as your competitive nature?
Probably Wonder Woman.
Okay,
Probably
that could
what?
be a little bit scary for the opposing team. Um,
Yes, I hope so.
you're blocking and throwing back stuff at a rapid rate. So, yeah, very good. Taylor, any final comments that you want to make? Anybody that you want to give a shout out to? Feel free to go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been there for me. Coach Brown, Coach Candace, y'all have done a lot for me in helping me become the player I am today. And thank you so much to you guys, Sports Locker, for giving me this opportunity. I felt very
Absolutely.
blessed.
Well, we were very excited to have you on here, and we might even try to get in contact with you as you go on in your career and maybe do another interview. I will have to tell you that we had an interview with the Libert sisters, Izzy and Sarah, and they
Huh.
both play soccer. And Sarah was in Mexico playing at the time, and I cannot tell you. how many of the Mexican men were coming on to the program making comments that, why don't you answer me, Sarah? So
Oh my
she
gosh,
had,
that's so funny.
it was crazy how many people were coming on there asking her questions about, why don't you call me back or whatever. So don't
Oh,
don't
that's
don't do that, okay? But we'd like to have you on again. Taylor, you've done an outstanding job. We really look forward to seeing what you do in your senior year, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. Try to get a little bit of rest. I'm going to have you hold on real quick while I close out the program, and I'll visit with you after we're done real quick. And again, just thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, we had Taylor Germann on the program tonight, and as you can see, she's an outstanding young lady, an outstanding role model, and we can't wait to see what she does this next year at Southern Boone High School as she tries to accomplish and achieve some of her goals. And we look forward to what she's going to do as she goes on to Missouri State University. And just, you know, the enthusiasm and just the kindness. I mean, well done, mom and dad. You guys have done an outstanding job, and we look forward to seeing what takes place for her in the future. All right, I'm your host, Kirk DeMars of One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. Thank you for joining me tonight. We will see you next week. God bless you. See you then.